What up YouTube? This is Ronnie, and today I'm going to be comparing an iPod with an iPad. These aren't the latest versions. You can probably tell by now. These aren't the latest products by Apple. And But I just wanted to compare them because I'm bored. um, this right here is a iPod Touch 3rd generation. The reason how I know it's 3rd gen is I was able to update to iOS 5.5 and you're able to put a wallpaper on, and 32 gig model. And I should take this piece off here. This is a case for my iPad. Um, so yeah, this is as you can see. It's really blurry. 32 gig model, it's what it is. And actually, I can show you proof. If I go under settings and go under general, about, yeah, right there. And then we're comparing it with these. This is literally the first iPad ever made. This is the iPad 1st gen. Also 32 gigs. You can actually see it on here because this isn't aluminum, or not. Well, I guess it's aluminum, but well, this is. But this ain't as shiny and like this reflective, metallic reflective type thing. This is more of a dull type of metal, and some dirt there. Yeah, I'm gonna be comparing these two mainly because these both are actually running on. Go under settings. As you can see here, iOS 5.1.1 on this iPod, which is also more proof that this is a 3rd gen. This is the latest that this will go. I updated it on my laptop here. Currently have some running a HTC phone on here. So yeah, and this iPad here, the iPad 1st gen, I got the same. I even got the same wallpaper. Go to settings. I'm gonna go under about. Pretty much very similar, except well, I think the iPad uses like maybe 1 GB more of stuff, because on this iPod here, actually no, they're the same. Never mind. 28.4 gigabyte because all the apps that are inside. I mean, it's a 32 gig model, but it's wait, what? 20.6? Why is this 20.4? That's weird. Oh yeah, iOS version 5.1.1 on this iPod, 5.1.1. So they're both pretty much alike. The only difference is that one's bigger than the other, but there's also a couple other differences. Let me go under settings, brightness. This is the maximum volume, or not volume, but brightness, maximum brightness on the iPad. And on the iPod, if you go under general, or we go back, way back, brightness. Yeah, brightness all the way up. They're both very similar in brightness. I think the iPod has a slight more of a brightness to it. Settings. I want to also do something here. General. That's weird. I am actually trying to get to where, see on my iPad, you can see the battery percentage on my iPod, on this iPod. I haven't been able to do that yet. I really don't know if this has a feature or not. It does have iCloud, which is introduced with iOS 5. This iPod was originally 4.3.3 iOS, but I was able to literally just update it, and I know it's way too late to update a third generation iPod. Considering the 6th gen is pretty much out, it's been officially announced that it's pretty much gonna be out, but I haven't seen it in real life, so I wouldn't know. But nope, no. Why isn't this? I'm trying to find out why isn't this showing general. Date and time. Let's make to do that. Nope. Okay, go back. No. I'll have to do it later. Anyways, let's actually compare the products. So is the iPad. You have iPad, and it's connected to Wi-Fi as of now. 5:43, and at the same time, I'm gonna connect to Wi-Fi actually. This actually is not my iPod. Just saying. It's actually my dad's, but all he wants to use it for is music. But I mean, that's why there's not really much apps on here, because he doesn't like play games and stuff. He just wants music. That's all he wants. So go under Wi-Fi. We're gonna connect to that. Okay. I'm going to have to enter in the password. 1 second. Finishing up. I have Vine on here. On my Vine account, I was just making a Vine. Let me finish that up. Check and okay. Wait a sec. Okay, sorry. On my phone here, under my Notes app, I have the Wi-Fi password for here. There we go. All right, so let me configure Wi-Fi settings. C378. I messed up. Keep that iPad on. Okay, connecting to Wi-Fi. I'm connected. Alright, so we're gonna, I mean, as far as, the touchscreen goes, I think the iPod's faster. I mean, look at this. Pretty cool. The iPad, though, it's somewhat slower. Yeah, the iPad is slower than the iPod itself. As far as Safari goes, oh well, the iPod's already connected. Let's go to Yahoo. Okay, so it kind of took some time. Let's see how the iPad does with looking up Yahoo cable here. Search, and the iPad is faster at web browsing. However, when you press the home screen, the iPod is smoother at the iPod's meant for smoothness and stuff. Can't, like I said, I don't have really any apps on here, so I can't test gameplay. And the screen of the iPod is literally 1 to about 1/6 of the iPad itself. It's about like that's 1 over here, 2 and 3. So yeah, maybe 1/5 if that's possible. The iPod's really small. This right here is an HTC One with Beats Audio, and it's bigger than the iPod itself. The iPod's a really small but yet useful music player. Um, as far as features go, you get iMessage, you get calendar notes, all that decent stuff. Um, However, what the iPod has and what iPad does not have, actually, I think there's a few things. One, the iPod has stocks, weather. If I go on YouTube, let's see if it's outdated. Yep, never mind. YouTube cannot be on older iPods or iPads. It's stupid. Yeah, weather, stocks. Okay, let me just go through what it has that the iPad doesn't. Um, Clock, if I'm correct. Yeah, Clock app doesn't have it on here. These are just the apps that you get when you turn on your iPod or iPad and don't install any apps. These are what you get. So as you can see, the iPod's a really fun tool to have. Fun toy tool, however you want to, or whatever you want to call it. So the iPad, as far as music-wise goes, I think the iPod would probably win, mainly because I like how when you go under settings, and I mean the iPad does this too, but with the equalizer, if you literally turn on bass booster, you will get some pretty serious good bass. It's got more of that. When you turn on bass booster on this, and I have a pair of Soul Republic headphones that are meant for bass. The bass isn't really that great. So honestly, with music, if you want to have fun, the iPod is definitely a music player. I think the iPad is more for just a. I mean, you have the multi. If you go to here and you go to here, you can just go like that. I think the iPad is just meant for an overall experience. The iPod, I mean, has a few more things, but it's more smooth. It's just meant for a smooth music player, pretty much. You can get apps though. You can play games on it and stuff like that. But one thing that, one thing that the iPad can do that the iPod cannot do, if you turn this sideways, it can go like that. Doesn't matter what position you put it in. The iPod, on the other hand, you turn it, and yeah, it doesn't have that turn rotation where it adjusts to you. So if you're at home with your iPod upside down, oh, I'm on, you know, then yeah, don't expect it to do what the iPad does. If you turn the iPad upside down, it doesn't matter. But also, the iPad does show you battery percentage as well. The iPod, for some reason, I can't find. I don't. It might have it under settings, but I honestly haven't been able to find out, how to turn it on. I don't think it has an option for that. Um, Notifications. Yeah, I don't think it has it. I could be wrong. Um, that's just no. Anyways, also battery life. I personally think the iPad wins. This iPad you can last for days, even if you're on Wi-Fi. Well, if you're on Wi-Fi and you're constantly on it, it'll last you all day, and maybe towards nighttime it'll last about 14 hours. The iPod though, um, there we go. I don't know. I mean, the iPod seems to be in good battery health, but I honestly think the iPad has a better battery. But that's just my my opinion. Um, yeah. So yeah, this is Ronnie, and also this iPad is also 3G enabled, so you can actually put phone service on this iPad via SIM card. This iPod, of course, it's an iPod. It's not an iPhone. It's not meant for phone service and all that stuff. So of course you're just gonna have to use Wi-Fi, which is no big deal, honestly. But some people have their preferences. The iPod is definitely more portable. The iPad, I would recommend just leaving at home. If you have an iPod, just leave the iPad at home. Just take the iPod with you because you don't want to break your iPad. iPads, one, they're more bulky. They're not going to fit in your pocket. Two, they can break, or when they break, they're more expensive to replace and stuff. And yeah, so this is Ronnie. Thank you guys for watching this comparison video. And please check out my other videos. Just go through my channel, you know, and stay tuned for another comparison video I might do in the future. Peace.